Good morning. Happy Friday to my fans, folks, family, friends, and followers. How's everybody doing? Hopefully good this morning. Okay, this happened Tuesday. I've been totally it's been on my mind since then, like a lot. So, I'm out now I live at the base of a mountain. It gets pretty hot. It gets like in triple digits. Like we've had 117 degrees before. It's usually around 105, 110-ish on a really hot day. Whole point, it was triple digits, just over triple digits. It's like the hottest time of the day. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon when the sun's totally up, beaten down. So I go to take my dog, a little Chihuahua Terrier. He rides in my power wheelchair with me. And I take him for a walk. Obviously, he's walking then. Whole point, I don't want to drag this video out too long, but whole point, bear with me though. Whole point, I take him for his little walk around the block, and on the way home, I hear beep, my power wheelchair saying, and then I look, the light's flashing red. Oh shit, the battery's gonna die. Once you start hearing that beep, you're lucky if you get a quarter of a block. Lucky. So I dipped through the alley to take a shortcut. Mind you, I didn't have any slip or sandals or anything on. And I just got my feet treated that morning at the foot doctor, and they were all bandaged. But the bottom of my foot wasn't bandaged, so it was going so slow. I was pushing with one foot. I'm on my oxygen. I got my dog sitting next to me. He's starting to get nervous because he's feeling my anxiety go up. I get right to where I have a clicker for my building and it opens the gate for the cars. I get right in the driveway. Done. My wheelchair is just done. Right? And so, I thought, luckily, my mom's oxygen delivery guy, we have different guys for hers and mine. We contract through different companies. Anyway, here he comes in his little van. He's waiting for me to move. I can't move. My thing's dead. I don't know if well, obviously he didn't realize that then. So he kind of squeezes between me and the gap that's there, pulls up alongside the regular gate that they open for regular people to go in and out of. So he pulls up right there, sitting in his van. So my neighbor, who's 82, I think, 81, 82. So she's out there smoking. I go, Miss Rosa. I go, can you ask that guy if he could just help push? Because if someone's pushing from behind and I'm, pushing the power wheelchair forward, it's going to go at a very slow pace, but it will go. Or we can flip it to manual, and and he can just push me in. She goes up to him, taps on the window, he rolls it down. She goes, "Can you help him? His wheelchair stalled." A crippled in a power wheelchair in the heat of the day with a little dog in there with him. He's on oxygen. What more could you say? That's like one of those "What would you do" episodes. He says, "That's not why I'm here," and he rolls up the window on her. And she goes, "He said you're not why he's here." I was like, really? I mean, excuse my language, but fucking really? So it blew my mind. It blew her mind. Another lady that came out started trying to text her son to say where was he at? He was because he went to go get gas in their car, I guess. And he's like, well, I don't know, I'm pumping gas right now. He goes, I could be there in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And this was on his way to work. He was gonna just stop going to work after he pumped his gas, come back, help me in, and then go on his way. So luckily the maintenance man came out 10 minutes later, but he came out. But this whole 10 minutes, that guy sat in his car, or in his van, with the window rolled up, because he rolled the window on her and just sat in his van, in his air-conditioned van, a medical vehicle or whatever. And out comes this old man who he's there for, 10 minutes later, and they start talking the thing. The old man tries to come and say, oh, he's on a schedule. He sat there for 10 minutes. It would have took him 2 minutes to push me in the gate, just out of the way of any cars that want to come or go, and into one of the carports where it was shady, until the maintenance man was able to come and help push me all the way to my house. Didn't happen. Then, hand to God, true story, he has the audacity to come up to the maintenance man while the maintenance man is trying to push in my wheelchair, over the little hump that the track that the gate goes on. You had to push it over that, so, and that was kind of difficult because the switcher is heavy. Okay, and so he comes up, and while the man's doing this, instead of saying, "Hey, let me help you with that," he goes, "Hey, can I pull my van inside the building to make it easier?" I probably was never more floored in all my life. It's somebody, with the audacity of somebody. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm a very passive person, but that day, I don't know what it was, but I looked at him and with my crippled little fingers, I went, "No, this is kind of my fuck you. No, fuck you. You sweat. You take it and you sweat, just like you made me." And so he looks at me and he goes, "I'll just go ask the manager." I was like, "You little punk." If it was 30 years ago, before I got my wheelchair, my lungs gave out on me, we would have been throwing hands. I'm not saying I would have won, but we would have at least thrown hands. And it just floored me. So then he comes back and goes, "The manager said I could." So I'm like, "Wait, the manager's also my care provider, so wait till I tell her what you did. Bet you never do it again. Bet you next time you're here, you gotta sweat your ass off and come from the outside and go the long way." So anyway, and he's and the coolest part is, he's the one that delivers my mom's oxygen for her. Every time this man has came to my house, I kid you not, family, I kid you not, every time this man's come, at least a half a dozen times, I've given him bottled waters out of my refrigerator, Gatorades out of my refrigerator, helped him carry the tanks on my power wheelchair. I would take a big tank and I'd hold a little tank because he'd have to do three big ones, three little ones. I would help him so he only had to make one trip. I mean, he was willing to do it himself, but I'm like, "No, let me help you so you only got to make one trip, back and forth from your van to my house." I would hold the gate open for him while he did it. I was nothing but polite to this man. And that's like what I get in return. But to end the story, I guess on a good note, like the pest control guy came later that day, right? So I'm venting this to everybody I can tell, right? So I tell him the story, right? He's a fellow gamer. Only thing is he's PlayStation. I'm Xbox. Anyway, that's like a Democrat and a Republican, I guess. It's just like, yeah, we're gonna see eye to eye, PlayStation, Xbox. Anyway, so I tell him the story, and he goes, "Hey, you know what? This might cheer you up." I go, "What's that?" He goes, "Oscar, who's the maintenance man," he goes, "offered me a bottled water, a cold bottled water." He goes, so I grabbed it. He gives me a certain look. He goes and he had one himself. He popped it open, drank it, I guess like on a commercial. He could, because he drank it down. He goes, and then he looks over at me, hands me one. And then the guy's hauling medical equipment in, and he goes, "Hey, you think I can get a bottle of water from you?" And Oscar looks at him and goes, "Nope, don't have any more." I was like, "Yes, Oscar, yes. Karma, bitch." God don't like ugly. Oh, man. So I just had to share that with you. I just had to share that with you, my YouTube family. Thank you for listening. If you watched this all the way through, you're awesome. And I hate to ruin a good story by saying this, but please subscribe if you haven't already. I'm not even necessarily asking for likes or comments or shares at this moment right now. I'd love it if you do, but right now I'm just trying to get 1,000 subscribers. Please help me with this. I love y'all. Thank you. Have a blessed day. And happy Friday.